strengthen cooperation. Hello and welcome. This is OBN Voice for the People. I'm Anwar Kali with the news. We have many details of the news today, including the visit of Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki and Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo of Somalia to Ethiopia. Stay with us. President of Eritrea, Isaias Afwerki, and President of Somalia, Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo, have arrived in Gondar, Ethiopia. They have been warmly welcomed by Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, and other senior government officials from the federal and the Amhara regional states. The presidents have come to Ethiopia by the invitation of Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. The officials said would discuss ways of strengthening their ties. They would also visit different development projects being constructed in Amhara regional states. OBN's Chernet Mabratu reported. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has discussed various issues with elders and religious leaders from Gondar town in Gondar town. Fugad Burhanu at the story.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed arrived in Gondar town of Amhara regional state. Upon his arrival at Gondar, he was warmly received by President of the Amhara regional state, Geddu Andargacho, high regional government officials and the public. The Premier went there to welcome President of Eritrea, Isaias Afwerki, who came to the Amhara region to visit Gondar and Bardar towns. Dr. Abiy has discussed different issues with different sections of society. Participants have also raised comments and questions.
According to our constitution, one nation could be a nation if it has the same language, culture and norms. Based on this, we have presented our question based on the legal frame. However, by asking this question, we have been displaced from our home. Most of Agade society have faced the problem. So when this problem would get the solution.
The Premier had then responded the questions raised from the participants.
Kamantuch የማንነት ጥያቄ ስታነሱ የአማራ ወንድምነትን የአማራ አብሮ ኗሪነትን ሳትክዱ ነገም እንቀጥላለን ግን ቋንቋችን ባህላችን ብላችሁ ያንሳችሁት ሐሳብ.
When you commands are asking about your identity, you should not forget brotherly relation of Amhara so as to live together with them tomorrow. It is obvious that you need focus for your identity and culture. I hope your Amhara brothers support it, so it is better to discuss with each other rather than fighting each other. We will work to answer for your question on legal frame.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed said efforts aimed at capacitating the defense force in all areas will continue with great commitment. Al-Qabawandim reports.
The Premier made the remark at the conclusion of series of discussions that have been held in different levels of military discipline and modernization of the defense force. Dr. Abiy said that efforts that aimed at modernizing and incapacitating the defense force have been ongoing since the beginning of the sweeping reforms. These reforms have centered on legal framework, structure, implementation capacity and armaments. According to Dr. Abiy, the reforms include revising the legal framework so that the nation can have a navy. Cybersecurity and the Space Force will also be considered in the future. He also mentioned that a defense force that has the capability to meet all expectations in modern warfare is a process of being built. Apart from ongoing activities that aim to incapacitate the military, Dr. Abiy raised many issues in his speech. Military leadership skills, appropriate use of power, and ways of gaining legitimacy were among the points that the Premier raised. The meeting that involved high-ranking military commanders is the final season of the series of discussions that have been held in different levels with the military.
According to the Ministry of Finance, Ethiopia and European Union have agreed to cement mutual cooperation. Finance Minister Ahmed Shide conferred with a delegation from the European Union. The ministry said the two sides conducted a fruitful discussion on the long-standing cooperation between Ethiopia and the Union. The European Union is a reliable development partner to Ethiopia, which supports its efforts to eradicate poverty, to foster inclusive and sustainable economic, social, and environmental development. It is to be recalled that development aid further contributes to increased cooperation and dialogue in the main areas of mutual interest as identified in the EU-Ethiopia strategic engagement. In this regard, the two parties also agreed to further strengthen their exemplary cooperation, ENA's website reported. The European Ministry of Education and the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, launched a new Read2 project to improve the reading and writing skills of 15 million children in grades 1 through 8. The 5-year, $86 million Read2 project will build on successful partnership forged between USAID and the ministry to improve primary level reading skills by getting children to begin reading in their mother tongues, helping teachers to become better instructors of reading, and supplying schools with supplementary reading materials. According to the U.S. Embassy, the project will work with the ministry to refine and finalize a comprehensive reading package, develop a framework to align reading policies, initiatives, procedures, and resources, and bring together schools, communities, and education authorities to scale up this program nationwide. The USAID Read2 project is also aligned with the broader general education quality improvement program and will provide training to more than 130,000 teachers in 20,000 schools across Finfinne City, Amhara, Oromia, Somali, and Southern Nations, Nationalities, and Peoples regional states during the course of the project. FABC website reported. Addis Ababa University urged students to prepare themselves to be competent at local and international level. Political analyst Jawar Mohammed, also Chief Executive Officer of OMN, Oromia Media Network, said the students should work to transform the people. The university organized a welcoming ceremony for freshman students. Mukhtar Haji at the story.
The students who are newly assigned to Addis Ababa University have warmly welcomed by their seniors and different stakeholders at Oromo Culture Centers in Finfinne City. Head of the Oromo Students Association, Ahmed Muhammad Sani, applauded that students have a great contribution for the political reforms in the country. Ahmed appreciated the current reformist leaders in the country.
The current political leaders have paid a historic sacrifice to be here today. We would like to thank them for their best deeds.
Some political parties taking part on the occasion said students should not waste their precious times. They said they should not kill their time while sharing and writing meaningless information on Facebook. The prominent political analyst and Director General for Oromia Media Network, Jawar Mohammed, on the event said the students in different universities of the country should have to be competing by their education to realize their hope.
Hereafter, the Oromo people would have no any tolerance for any mischief to them. So it is you that the current students that would engineering and bridge socio-economic and political status of the Oromo people.
Jawar remarked that the current Oromo students who have been joining the university are the Unit 1. Addis Ababa University Assistant Professor Hussein Kadir on his part said the newly coming students could have to follow their seniors who have been achieving higher. Administrative Vice President of Addis Ababa University, Dr. Matthews Insarmo on his part said his university would work more than ever to be by the side of fresh students.
Our students wouldn't have to think regionally, but also nationally and internationally. They have to be competent in East Africa and Africa by multilingual speaking, trying to master their Amharic, Arabic, Kiswahili, and different languages.
Some students on the occasion said that the government should have to pay a great attention to the crises that have been affecting the unity of peoples in the country.
Yeah, Jawar Mohammed, not Chief Executive Officer of OMN, but Director General of OMN, Oromia Media Network. He was in exile for 13 years in the States. Thanks for watching. Up next comes Focus, actually by Mohammed Noura. Follow that. Bye-bye.